Oi pessoal, hoje eu tô aqui com o Nobuji Kanai. Nobuji é japonês, ele mora em Tóquio e ele tem um negócio que ensina as pessoas pela internet a fazer trading, a comprar e vender, enfim, instrumentos financeiros como ações e FX. E a gente vai aqui falar com ele para ele explicar um pouco mais como funciona o negócio dele e para dar algumas dicas para você aí que está assistindo a gente. Nobuji, thank you very much for joining us.
You are very welcome.
And Nobuji, you live in Japan?
Yeah, Tokyo, Japan.
Tokyo, really Tokyo. And tell me a little bit about your business. So what do you sell at the moment?
It's information. It's about trading and the marketing both. But how I started out with Forex. Investment program. It's the information, and I started out with one PC and one desk at a rental office.
Yes.
And that's everything I had, and zero list. That was after about 1 year of a program that I attended. His name was Robert G. Allen.
Robert G. Allen, yes.
Very famous for real estate investment.
Yes.
And Mark Victor Hansen. They had the inner circle at the time. That was 2005, 7 years ago, right?
Yes.
And 2006, I came back because I was trying to make an investment in the United States with Japanese money.
Oh, yes, okay.
That was like
Did you have a daily job at the time, or you were
no,
already?
I was already independent.
Entrepreneur, yeah, okay.
And that is why I wanted to study the American method of investing or marketing, both together at the time. And there was an inner circle team of people, just like we're being part of that right now. And for a year, there was a program I attended. In 2006, I came back, and I made a friend in that team. His father was marketing. His father was teaching how to invest in stock market.
Okay, yes.
And his son, Greg Paulus, happens to be Jeff Walker's student.
So the son of the guy, the guy who was teaching
how to invest in
market,
stocks.
he happens to be a student from Jeff Walker.
Right.
Okay, I got it.
Got it. And that was 2006 when I was about to come back. And they did their first launch. And that launch was one of the very beginning of Jeff Walker's, huge success.
Yes.
So, Greg was one of the first students, and his biggest students too, one of the biggest students. And I asked him, but it was before the product launch formula happened.
Yes, yes.
I asked him if he was interested in bringing that product into Japan.
Ah, so basically you saw a good product outside Japan.
Right. It was not
and you
popular
say, why
yet.
not popular yet?
Yeah.
But you said that there was something and you wanted to bring that product inside Japan.
Right.
Yeah, and then you went and asked for him if you wanted to. And then
They were very interested.
It's an interesting approach. It's like you get something that's already successful out there and it's not in Japan yet and you bring there. I like that.
Yeah, I translated everything. They did the product launch, and probably they sold like a 200 or so, 100, 200 of something like a $500 product, information product, how to buy and sell stock.
So they sold 200 units of a
$500
product, which is, I don't know.
For like a 4 or 5 year period.
Okay,
And
yes.
then they tried Jeff Walker's product launch approach. They raised the price to 1,000.
Yeah, so they doubled the price.
And they sold 600
and they saw,
within 3 week period campaign.
So they saw 3 times more at the double of the price. Not bad, huh?
Just within 3 week period.
Just within 3 weeks.
Yeah. So they sold like a $600,000.
$600,000, and you
wow. Let me do that in Japan. And I translated every letter, emails that they did.
Yes.
I translated their product And I did all the screen capture, Camtasia and so forth, because they were speaking English. Nobody understands English in Japan, so I translated, I narrated it, I did all the screen captures with a chart, and made the product, and boom. It was not 600, but I sold 120 within the 3-week period. It was really, really amazing for me.
Yes, and that transformed your way of doing business, probably.
What I mean?
That changed your way of doing business, right? In your approach.
Right. Because, I had nothing at the time. I said, no list, no product, nothing.
So you start from zero.
Nothing.
Many of people that are watching right now, they wonder how is it possible to start from zero? You started from zero.
Right. So what I did was I helped, joint ventured, and helped them bring a product into Japan. So even if you don't have a product, if you work together with someone who has a product but don't know how to sell it, they know how to sell it in English.
Yes.
But not in Japanese.
Not in Japanese.
So I helped that part because I am very good at translating, doing things in Japanese and so forth. And I understood how they sold. They taught me how to do it. So I just followed. I didn't know nothing about product launch formula at the time, but I followed everything that they did.
Yes.
Boom. There's a formula, really. And there's a way of doing things.
It's amazing because in Brazil we have the same situation as you have. You have like a lot of successful products out there that are not in Brazil. Right. And we are in Brazil, and at the same time you had the vision, like, a little bit like me, you had the vision of bringing something that works and bringing to your country, translating and make available for people so they can change people's lives there, right?
Right.
Really big secret. Right. And no, I'm glad you kind of shared this because it's an example that this is possible.
Right.
In other countries. And did you do that again? Is there any other products that you end up bringing to Japan after that?
Product launch formula itself.
So you didn't bring product launch formula itself?
I already sold more than 200.
Yes. And I remember, we happened to share the same, the guy that does your videos does my videos as well, which is Ivan, right?
Right.
And one day he was, he's talking that you were doing something for other coaching programs as well, maybe real estate as well. Do you do in other sides? Or Robert Kiyosaki, did you?
Yeah, right. I helped Robert Kiyosaki's
so you helped
campaign.
Robert?
Yeah, two of them. There were
like
two
the
campaigns.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad, author of Robert Kiyosaki.
Right. Yeah, so he came to Japan.
He came to, you met him?
I met him, but not personally, but I didn't have a chance to.
Okay.
Because I was invited, so I was kind of
behind,
but he was there. They approached me if I could help them, do the campaign, product launch type. It wasn't exactly the product launch, just like what Jeff teaches, but it was like more campaign type, time limited campaign. The price will go up after a certain time, then it goes away because there's an event. So that kind of approach is really, really, product launch works.
And would it possible for you to share what, you just sell information?
Right.
Yeah, and why just information? I know why I try to sell information, but what was the advantage that you say selling information instead of a physical product?
One thing, for example, when I sold the stock investing program, I made a DVD.
Okay.
Manual. Physical manual, put it in the box.
Yeah.
And I ordered it in the United States. It was a difficult thing, for them to print out Japanese character printing.
Yeah.
That was really, really, really difficult because the softwares are different and they could not replicate. They could not do the same thing.
Yeah.
But it took me a long, long time. And then bring that inventory to the distributor or the warehouse and so forth. That was outsourced. But doing that and product launch, doing that was really, really hard. Really hard. That's a physical thing, right? Information product, but with physical part of, attached together. Now, I don't do, new products, I don't do the DVD part.
So you don't have, it just delivered digitally, right?
Digitally,
yes.
Digitally, you don't have any cost of inventory. right? Cost of sales isn't there.
No risk, no cost of inventory, no logistics.
Everything is digital. Everything is digital. So the profit margin is very big. So it allows me to pay a lot to the developer, a lot to affiliates. So it's very efficient to do marketing, internet marketing. That's for one. That's for one. And I don't have to, just like in the past, I don't have to deal with physical inventory.
That's really good. Yeah. And there's a question that I usually ask everyone that I interview, right? And I'm not sure if I know the answer, but it's a very important question. So imagine if I would take everything from you. You would have no money in the bank. You have not the same relationships you have. And I would even take you out from Japan. Imagine I would place you in Brazil. And how would you go about starting a business from scratch, from zero? I know you did it once, but now have more experience, I suppose. And how would you go about starting a business from scratch, from zero? What would be the steps you would take?
I would do internet marketing again.
Yes, internet marketing.
Internet marketing again.
Yes.
Because it's one of the most efficient and fastest way to make money.
So you would use the internet to market it?
Do you take away my knowledge too?
No.
Maybe good. Or
the knowledge stays. You can stay. Okay. I just take your, because now with your experience, with your knowledge, how would you go to start again, right?
Okay. Even if you take away my knowledge, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to learn how to do internet marketing one more time from scratch, and try things little by little, and talk to people, successful people, and research what people are having problem and they want to solve. Do a lot of research, and then come up with some solution and test it with small number of people. If I don't have a list, I'm going to gather somehow to do it privately, probably first. You make your friends, you talk to people. They are successful people, right? So maybe one of the ways to gather a list or something, gather a list to start out, I would talk to successful people, and do an interview like this.
Okay.
Right? And ask the same question.
Yes.
And record it, put it in YouTube or whatever, and send an email. Ask someone who has an email to email me. If, make it very valuable thing. Starting out how to start a marketing business from scratch is a valuable information, right? So I'm going to, talk to my people, distribute to those people who may be interested in.
Yes.
They get opt-in.
Yes.
Build a list little by little.
Build a list, yeah.
And then sell those, those as a product.
Okay.
That is one way. I would probably find some good product, bring in, and do it from different countries for one.
Yeah.
That's my experience.
Yes.
Or find out some people who has a product but don't know how to market it, and then help him to market it with my knowledge.
Nice.
That would be the fastest from nothing if I don't know anything about it. Maybe I can, if I'm good enough, create a product that what kind of experience I had and then market it. But I would, if many people don't have a knowledge, don't have a product, don't have a list, in that situation, probably, joint venture, in that sense, product and marketing knowledge and labor. If you work hard, if you are willing to learn, you can market, you can test it. Or maybe work together.
Yes.
With someone who has a knowledge. So bring those resources together is the quickest, rather than learn everything, create everything, building up the list from the scratch, doing everything from scratch takes a long time. But do it quickly, and then go to the next stage to build your business. I think that's the fastest.
Nobuji, thank you very much for your generosity. It's very good to have successful people here, with people that are selling in excess of 7 figures, and also people that are doing great in a country where where sometimes they don't have the same, how can I say, the same products as you have in the States and stuff, and you're doing this strategy, and I want to acknowledge for the generosity that for you spending the time, spending these minutes with us, right?
Yeah. Find the opportunity. Opportunity is always out there. There's a gap, people who know but don't know how to sell. People who have a problem, want to solve, but don't know where to go to.
Yes.
You put them together. Then you can create a value and find out a way how to connect those things together, those people together. That's something that you should focus on always. There's a good product in the US, but you don't have that in your country.
Yeah.
Somehow connect it, somehow, and make it available for them. If your people don't speak language, you can be there to translate it somehow. You do it, and you create your own product out of the knowledge.
Yeah.
Then you can help those people. Helping out people is the service, and that way you create value, and you have a client happy and coming back to buy from you many times. That's how I'm going to do again, and that's I'm still working on, and hoping to get to the next stage. And that way, I think that's the only way, probably, in information marketing.
Thank you, Nobuji. Thank you very
Great.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.